Hi, this is Sarah Mikesell with the Pig Site, and today we're here with Fernando Leite. He is a technical manager with Boehringer Ingelheim. Thanks for being with us today.
My pleasure, thank you.
Very good. And Fernando and I are here at the Gordon Lawson Ileitis Symposium in St. Paul, Minnesota, just ahead of the Lehman Conference, the Lehman Swine Conference that's coming up. So let's talk a little bit about ileitis. You spoke about the microbiome and kind of the connection between those two things. So tell us a little bit about your presentation to the audience.
Sure. Well, there's so many unknowns when it comes to Lawsonia. And one thing that really merits more investigation is the interaction of Lawsonia with the other microorganisms in the gut or the microbiome, simply because more and more we understand the importance of the microbiome. And from what we saw, and I presented here today, Lawsonia really has a drastic effect on that community. And what that means for the pig is it may actually increase the susceptibility of that pig to potential other co-infections.
Right.
And there's so many unanswered questions when it comes to Lawsonia, and I think that the microbiome is a piece that can help us sometimes understand some of the unknowns that we still have.
Very good. And what are some of the co-infections that are most concerning?
Yeah, so what I presented here today was data from several studies demonstrating how Lawsonia and Salmonella can really cause a co-infection, and in Lawsonia can actually enhance Salmonella. Mm-hmm. And interestingly, we've seen that is very much associated with the microbiome. And so Lawsonia will open the door, if you will, because it changes that community so much that it really facilitates for another pathogen to come in by altering that community. It's not as stable, and it facilitates for another pathogen to then take hold.
Very good. In this kind of research, what does it really mean, on the farm, boots on the ground? What is this data? How can producers use this?
Great question. We're always, thinking about what does this mean? How can we use this information to better improve pig health and productivity, right? Well, I think that this really goes to show the importance of prevention of Lawsonia. And what we presented here today with more than 3 or 4 studies now showing that oral live vaccination with enterocell ileitis can actually protect the pig from allowing Lawsonia to have this negative effect on the microbiome. And by protecting the microbial community, it actually prevented this co-infection. Mm-hmm. And so what that means for producers is that they need to understand, I believe, that Lawsonia can damage the gut and allow for other pathogens. And we need to really control for Lawsonia to begin with vaccination to prevent the destabilization of the community and the increased susceptibility of that pig to another pathogen and really overall decreased health. And so I think at the end of the day, it goes to show the importance of vaccination to really protecting the microbiome and preventing Lawsonia, which can open the door to so many other things.
Very good. And is Lawsonia on every farm? Should a producer be doing diagnostic testing constantly to kind of really know what's on their farm?
Great question. At the symposium, Steve McCorist and Connie Gebhardt kind of gave an overall as well of the pathogen and its current status in the industry. It is an endemic pathogen, so chances are if you test for it, you will find it. And so really preventing it is really essential because the chances are is you will face it in your herd.
Very good. And we also heard that it causes significant losses on the farm, right? And with feed prices where they're at right now, it's important.
For sure, yeah. The presentation by Nick Gabler clearly showed the impact of the disease on feed efficiency. And again, it goes to show the importance of preventing this bug, to prevent its effects on the microbiome, to prevent its effects on feed efficiency. So it's one pathogen, but it can really wreak havoc to the health and productivity of the pig.
Very good. Well, thank you so much for all the information today, Fernando.
Thank you. Yeah.
This is Sarah Mikesell with the Pig Site.